Thanks for joining us. And today we're going to talk about how to personalize your Kriya Yoga practice. So in this channel, we talk about a whole bunch of different tips that we can use to apply to our Kriya Yoga practice to make it more effective. Some of these come from understandings in neuroscience, how the brain works, how the central nervous system works, how the stress response works. So for example, understanding how the right hippocampus in the brain plays a key role in the spatial awareness, which has direct applicability for understanding how to utilize and leverage that understanding in one's Kriya Yoga practice. Or, for example, understanding how the parasympathetic nervous system works in relation to Kriya Pranayama, the form of intentional breathing that brings us into a low idle state. Well, we understand that the pressure on the dorsal vagal complex has an effect on the Mandala oblongata, which helps to slow down our heart rate. And so things like that can really help us to understand and enhance our Kriya Yoga practice. But in no way does this actually take away from the spiritual aspect of Kriya Yoga practice, the central reason for which we are doing Kriya Yoga, which is to establish a spiritual connection in meditation. And this is really the most important thing. So there have been some people who have taken the spiritual understandings of Kriya Yoga out of context and said, it's all happening inside your brain and there's nothing else. Well, that is not our perspective at all from modern Kriya. Those scientific understandings are meant to enhance our spiritual practice, but the spiritual practice itself is front and central, is the most important thing. So if we're thinking about how we can personalize our Kriya Yoga practice to help to give us a better spiritual orientation to support our spiritual progress, well, there are a few things. One of them is the use of an ishta devata. And an ishta devata is one's chosen form of the divine. And for example, this could take the form of Krishna. This could take the form of Shiva. This could take the form of the Divine Mother. This could take the form of one's guru. But really, they get to the essence of what we are spiritually, and they take on a particular form that we can resonate with, that we can establish a connection with, that we can build a relationship with. And all of these different ishta devatas, and any ishta devata that one may choose from any particular spiritual path, are equally relevant. And so it can be very helpful to establish a relationship with one's ishta devata in meditation, in particular in Kriya Yoga. And really these ishta devatas are forms with which we can develop a relationship with the divine, with the absolute. And in developing one's relationship with one's ishta devata, it's important to go beyond just the surface. Some folks who don't have experience in Bhakti Yoga, for example, may just think, I just need to pray towards this deity once, and that's it in my practice. But that's really surface level. That is really a beggar's attitude to prayer and devotion, is that just asking for what you want. You're really propitiating a deity for what you want for yourself. But what you actually want to do with your ishta devata is to develop a relationship. And so normally in Kriya Yoga, we are doing the Guru Pranam at the beginning of our meditation. And that helps us to connect to the Guru. It helps us to connect to the particular lineage of our Kriya Yoga. And it also helps to connect us by proxy to our ishta devata. And really we can see that that Guru Pranam, which goes back through the lineage of gurus to Yogi Raj Lahiri Baba, and it goes back to Mahavadar Babaji. But what is Mahavadar Babaji really a manifestation of? It is the manifestation of the ishta devata. So one may see Babaji as a manifestation of Shiva, of the Lord of Yogis. And as you're doing your Kriya Yoga practice, if you do it mechanically, and your mind is wandering all over the place, and you have no awareness of your ishta devata, your Kriya Yoga practice is not likely to be very potent. But in your Kriya Yoga practice, if you keep awareness of your connection through the lineage to your ishta devata, a manifestation of the divine, and you keep awareness of that relationship during your practice, it will be very powerful. So if you don't have much experience with an ishta devata, or you haven't done much bhakti before, you can start to investigate some of these forms of the divine. You can look into Shiva to understand the characteristics. There's lots of information out there where it's relatively easy to do a bit of research, to find a concept of the divine, of an ishta devata that resonates with you. That's what you want, is something that resonates with you. You don't have to take everything under the sun that everyone has said, but find something that resonates with you, because really that ishta devata is a representation of your essence nature, of your divine nature. And so that connection, your relationship with your ishta devata, can help to unlock some of those latent aspects of your divine nature. Now, what about in the case where some people have claimed that their ishta devata, that their god is higher than another's ishta devata or another's god? This is not the case at all. The ishta devata is a manifestation of the absolute. The absolute has no form, but projects itself through form into manifestation. So there is no higher form than another form. They are all representations of aspects of the unconditioned absolute in manifestation. Any particular ishta devata that you resonate with is the highest in the moment that you are in that practice. It is sufficient for building your relationship with the form aspect of the divine, and as well learning to move beyond the form to the formless aspect and to the absolute. Now, we all have unique circumstances about our lives that incline us towards certain types of ishta devata. So we should go with what resonates with us and not worry about somebody else's practice, somebody else's inclination. What resonates with us is the most important. And as well, it's okay to change your ishta devata. If you resonate, for example, more with Shiva at one time, and then you're resonating, for example, with Krishna at another time. We are not static beings. We embodied aspects of the absolute in material form. And our nature is absolute and formless. But while we are in manifestation here, while we are in form, we are playing this drama of life. The other thing that can be extremely helpful in our Kriya Yoga practice is help to acknowledge their connection with those who have gone before us, meaning those beings who have walked the spiritual path before us, who have helped to pass on their understanding, and to support those who come after them, meaning us. In addition to your Kriya Yoga lineage, there are countless other spiritual paths, people who have developed through their spiritual practice, who have helped to embody their divine essence and to radiate and share that with the world, and who we have an ongoing relationship with, even if they've passed on from this worldly experience. And so one of the ways that we can help to acknowledge our connection with these beings and with the beings that we are experiencing our everyday life is through the practice of the mandala. And so the mandala practice is a living embodiment or map of our relationships with those who have gone before us and for those who we are experiencing our current life with. And so the mandala practice can be incorporated into Kriya Yoga and into any spiritual practice to help to ground you in those relationships and support your spiritual progress.
Sit in a comfortable position for meditation and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths and center yourself in the present moment. Imagine all those who have walked the spiritual path before you in their subtle energy body form above and in front of you. You may recognize particular individuals from your Kriya Yoga lineage, such as your direct teacher, Yogi Raj Lahiri Baba, Mahavatar Babaji, and so on, as well as other disciples and other lineages. There may be saints, teachers, and practitioners from other spiritual paths who you resonate with, who have helped you on your spiritual journey. There may be other beings of light, such as devas, ganas, nagas, angels, and so on. All of these beings are gathered in this sacred mandala to help connect you to your spiritual roots and support you. On the horizontal plane, imagine your family, friends, loved ones, community, and even those you have challenges with. Those who walk the same spiritual path and those who don't. Those who see eye to eye with you and those who don't. They are all part of your community. See this vast gathering of beings stretching out beyond the horizon in all directions. Visualize brilliant light emanating from the spiritual beings above you like a luminous stream pouring down into the crown of your head, down through your core channel, in the center of your body, to your heart, and to the base of your spine. As you're filled with this nectarian light, it starts to overflow the boundaries of your body and radiates in all directions. Throughout your home, to your family members and neighbors, to beings in your community, to the south, the west, the north, and to the east, deep into the ground and into the earth, and above into the sky. Beyond the earth to all planets in our solar system, and to our sun. Beyond the solar system to neighboring stars. Throughout the Milky Way galaxy and beyond to other galaxies. This vast panorama of light is your place in the vast cosmos, and these are your spiritual relations. Mentally affirm, may I practice out of love for myself, with the desire to know the truth, and for the benefit of all beings. Now imagine this vast panorama of light streams into you and is absorbed. It condenses itself into your physical body, grounds itself in form, and sparkles throughout all your cells, vibrating with the knowledge of the web of life and your divine essence nature. Om.